Today I'm counting down the 10 most budget-friendly European countries for 2025, where medieval castles, pristine beaches, and mountain hiking trails await at prices that will make you wonder why you've been overpaying elsewhere. Before we start, hit subscribe to be notified of our next journeys discovering exceptional destinations. Coming in at number 10 on our list is Bulgaria. So many travelers dismiss Bulgaria as somehow less developed, but that couldn't be further from the truth. You can easily enjoy this Balkan gem for less than $50 per day, all in. I spent a perfect day in Plovdiv, Bulgaria's second city, and a 2019 European capital of culture. My morning started with a fresh banitsa pastry and coffee for just $2.50 before exploring the incredible Roman amphitheater. Standing among those ancient stones, I chatted with a local historian who shared fascinating stories about the site's past. Beyond the city, Bulgaria's Black Sea coast offers stunning beaches with affordable beachfront accommodations. The seafood is fresh and budget-friendly too. For a complete change of scenery, I visited Rila Monastery tucked into a forested mountain valley. This UNESCO site with its vibrant frescoes and intricate wood carvings is completely free to visit. Romania awaits as our next destination. Many travelers claim it's too difficult to navigate independently, yet my experience proved otherwise. For just $7, I toured the imposing Bran castle that inspired Dracula's fortress. With its shadowy corridors and medieval mystique, more atmospheric than any movie back home could offer. The real highlight was medieval Brasov. I stayed in a 300-year-old building in the historic center for $25 nightly. Church bells and Carpathian mountain views greeted me each morning, which I later explored with a knowledgeable local guide for a mere $15. Bucharest deserves attention too. Free walking tours revealed why it earned the nickname Little Paris with its grand boulevards and hidden courtyards. Throughout the city, I discovered Art Nouveau architecture and secret gardens, tucked behind unassuming facades that most visitors overlook. Poland somehow delivers everything we expect from Western Europe. Stunning architecture, rich history, delicious food, at literally a third of the price. I'll never forget wandering Krakow's main market square when a haunting trumpet melody echoed across the square, stopping mid-note to commemorate a trumpeter shot while warning of invaders. This hourly musical tribute gave me chills and cost nothing to experience. Traveling east to Warsaw, the reconstructed Old Town welcomed me with a traditional Polish feast, pierogi, bigos, and local beer for $8. Like pages from Poland's history book coming alive at different prices, I continued to coastal Gdansk, watching amber craftsmen work their magic before exploring the Maritime Museum for just $5. For nature lovers, the Tatra Mountains deliver alpine beauty without alpine costs. I hiked spectacular trails and stayed in mountain huts with stunning views for $15 per night. Albania delivers Mediterranean magic I couldn't have imagined. The turquoise waters along the Albanian Riviera stunned me, beaches rivaling Italy's finest coastlines without entrance fees. I savored fresh seafood with local wine right on the sand for just $7. Initially concerned about safety, I discovered Europe's hidden gem. In Berat, the UNESCO-listed Town of 1,000 Windows, Ottoman-era homes cascade down hillsides like architectural waterfalls. Residents proudly welcomed me into their historic stone houses, offering impromptu tours and homemade raki completely free. This rich heritage seamlessly connects to Tirana's contemporary transformation. The capital feels like stepping through time where history meets reinvention. I joined a walking tour revealing how communist-era buildings evolved into vibrant murals and hip cafes. Our guide highlighted this remarkable urban renaissance, pointing out spots where espresso costs less than $1. Just across the border from Albania lies North Macedonia, where time and prices seem frozen like a postcard from the past. I spent an unforgettable evening at Lake Ohrid, watching the golden sun melt into shimmering waters of one of Europe's oldest lakes while enjoying a complete 3-course dinner with local wine for $15. The capital Skopje surprised me with its eccentric cityscape. Dozens of grandiose statues and monuments fill the center, creating an open-air museum you can explore for free. My favorite was the 25-meter-tall warrior on horseback. Locals jokingly refuse to call Alexander the Great. In Bitola, ancient Roman history awaits. For $2, I wandered through Heraclea Lyncestis and its perfectly preserved 2nd century mosaics without crowds. The mountain town of Prilep became my unexpected favorite. A $10 half-day hike through medieval monasteries, among bizarre rock formations with a guide who treated me like family. Crossing into Serbia from North Macedonia, I discovered a country that somehow delivers both metropolitan excitement and cultural richness at very low prices. In Belgrade, I found myself dancing until sunrise on splavs, floating nightclubs anchored along the Sava and Danube rivers, becoming part of Belgrade's legendary night scene. What surprised me most was how the country blends 3 distinct cultural influences. Walking through Knez Mihailova Street, you'll see Ottoman architecture beside Habsburg elegance and Soviet-era structures. As one local told me, our streets tell the story of our history. In Novi Sad, I wandered through the massive Petrovaradin fortress, taking in panoramic views that rival those of more famous European citadels. This urban exploration perfectly complemented my stay in a traditional wooden cabin on Zlatibor Mountain. For just $30 a night, my hosts welcomed me with homemade rakija and freshly baked pogača bread. In the mornings, I'd join locals at nearby cafes where $1.50 bought me coffee, street music, and hours of people watching. Bosnia and Herzegovina stands as a testament to resilience and authenticity, preserved as perhaps the last place in Europe where $20 buys genuine cultural immersion. My first stop was Mostar, where local divers perform heart-stopping plunges from the 24-meter-high Starymos Bridge into the icy Neretva River below. This centuries-old tradition continues daily, with brave jumpers collecting small donations beneath this living symbol of hope and renewal. In Sarajevo's Bashcharshia Bazaar, I wandered narrow lanes filled with coppersmiths hammering decorative pieces with practiced precision. A hand-etched coffee set cost me $15. Then I sipped Bosnian coffee while listening to the cafe owner's wartime memories. Trebinje revealed the heart of Bosnian hospitality. My $20 per night family-run guest house overlooked rolling vineyards, and upon mentioning my interest in local wine, my hosts immediately welcomed me into their annual grape harvest celebration, a cherished tradition shared with honored guests. Croatia often gets dismissed by budget travelers as too expensive these days. Here's the truth, though. Beyond the narrow streets where Game of Thrones fans crowd for selfies, I discovered a parallel Croatia where locals eat, prices drop, and the same stunning coastline awaits. In Kavtat, a mere 20-minute bus ride from Dubrovnik, I found pristine beaches free from crowds and seaside canobas where fishermen bring their catch directly to chefs. Grilled fish platters cost only $12 while waves gently lap against the harbor. The locals smiled, saying, "This is where we come to escape the tourists." In Split, I wandered through 1,700-year-old Diocletian's palace at dawn, experiencing ancient Roman courtyards in solitude before cruise ship passengers arrived. A local architect gestured toward residents hanging laundry between stone columns. People here don't live in a museum, the museum lives with us. Our history breathes alongside our daily routines. Latvia feels like Europe's forgotten treasure, quietly sitting at number 2 on our list of most affordable destinations. While crossing into Riga from Croatia, I was stunned by the abundance of Art Nouveau architecture. Over 700 ornate buildings where stone dragons and mystical maidens seem frozen in time among swirling floral patterns that transform ordinary facades into fantastical storybooks. Beyond Riga's artistic heart, Latvia's countryside beckoned. A short train journey brought me to Sigulda, where medieval castles and a panoramic cable car cost barely $5 combined, experiences that would demand triple in Western Europe. Hiking through Gauja National Park, I followed trails past sandstone cliffs into forests where locals gathered wild mushrooms. Along Latvia's Baltic coastline, I discovered beaches rivaling Scandinavia's finest. Sitting on golden sand watching the sunset, my $9 feast of locally smoked fish and crisp beer tasted all the sweeter knowing similar experiences elsewhere would cost 3 times more. Our top affordable destination sits at the crossroads of Europe and Asia. Georgia topped my list after experiencing a traditional supra feast with locals. They insisted I join their family celebration, filling my plate with khachapuri cheese bread, walnut-stuffed eggplant, and khinkali dumplings while pouring homemade wine into my glass from their family vineyard. I felt embraced by their warmth and generosity, sharing only stories in return. In Tbilisi, I soaked in 17th century sulfur baths for just $10, including a vigorous kisa scrub that left my skin glowing for days. The attendant shared how these ancient waters have healed travelers since the 5th century. Venturing to coastal Batumi, Mediterranean-rivaling views greeted me from affordable beachfront apartments. Later, in the mountainous Kazbigi region, I woke to breathtaking panoramas of 16,000-foot Mount Kazbek before trekking to the dramatically perched Gurjidi Trinity Church, a spiritual sentinel watching over valleys that have witnessed centuries of travelers. So that's our tour of Eastern Europe's best budget destinations for 2025. What amazes me most is how these countries offer authentic experiences that don't empty your wallet. Hit subscribe for more budget travel insights and share your Eastern European adventures in the comments. Which authentic moments captured your heart? Where did you find unexpected value beyond the price tag? Until our next adventure, safe travels.